Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, welcome to today's brand new episode of A Cup of Soda podcast. Today is the first day out of 2 weeks that I had a short day at work. I'm really excited to do this episode. This week has been pretty interesting, actually. Um, I don't know if this is because of a new moon. So everything is like brand new, but I guess I'll talk about it. As of the title of today's episode, we're gonna be talking about manifestation, manifesting things into existence. Um, I am a person who doesn't I used to not really believe in kind of like manifesting. I didn't think that was like real and something that's achievable, and it's just like I usually called it just a coincidence. I used to think just manifesting was a coincidence and it didn't actually mean anything. But recently, um, things have been changing. Uh, for one, I have finally gotten to see my cousins who I haven't seen in years. Um, I was dead out of work, and my cousin called me and told me to come over, and I was like, what? It's been like 7 years, and they just once like randomly did that. But I was looking on their thing, on like their Snapchats and stuff, and I'm like, man, I missed them so much. I haven't like physically seen them in so long. And that same time they just contact me and tell me that. And that same day, as I um go and I see them, uh my two best friends, Nelson and Joe, call me. um I'm a little sad because I couldn't see them. I wanted to see them, like I love them so much, so I wanted to see them, but I haven't seen my cousins. That I only have one side cousins. Like my mother doesn't have any siblings, so all my cousins are from my dad's side, and he has two siblings. So I get my aunts and my uncles' kids. So I finally got to see them, and so I didn't want to miss this opportunity to see them for so long. So I told them I couldn't go, but we talked the entire trip as to me getting there because they live like 20 minutes away. So I talked with Nelson and Joe for like an hour, um, and it was great. I really missed them. I've been feeling very like lonely because, as you guys know, as a dog walker, I'm kind of by myself all day. So I felt very lonely and very isolated. I was missing them. They've been working very hard at work. They work really hard. Like, that's why I haven't seen them. That's why you guys probably haven't seen them. It's because they are just very hard workers. And the reason why I believe in like manifesting now is a couple of things. I'm gonna tell you maybe 3 stories, and I just kind of wanted to give you guys that little update. But I guess before I get to why my cousins were relevant in the story, I'm gonna tell you one story before. So I was with my friends. I was with Nelson and Joe and Maddie. We were like, we were drinking a little bit, and me a little drunk. I was like, I miss work. I miss my doggies. I miss just the busyness because it gets really boring here. Really boring really quickly. So I said that, and the next day, I get a call from my boss. Mind you, I haven't talked to them. I talk to them very little. I'll get like a couple of dogs sometimes, but it was getting to the point where like almost no dogs were being called, and like I wasn't being called into work, so I was like really bored. And So when they called me, I had a hangover. Like, I was like, ugh. But they called me, and so I was like, yeah, what's up? And they were like, hey, do you want to work? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I literally was just talking about how much I miss the dogs the night before, and then the morning after. And Nelson and Joe are witness to it because they picked me up because we were getting our vaccines, our COVID vaccines. We were getting that. So, well, yeah, actually, yeah, we were both. I was like, did I? But they already got theirs the morning, and it was like already like 11 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I'll get mine, I guess. So yeah, so they saw me say I wanted my job back, and then the next day they were there when they called me. I'm like, what in the world? So that was like the first time, and I thought it was like a crazy coincidence. Like, I just manifest that I wanted to work. I genuinely did, and boom, work. The other time was my cousins and saying how much I missed them, and then boom, they also call me and text me and stuff like that. Um, and my third one is really funny because this happened super recently, and it's freaking me out because of how weird it is. So, prior to this week, and like when I started working, I always complained about the pay. Now, I don't care if my bosses ever see this, because if they do and they fire me, I don't care, because like it's gotten to that point where I don't care anymore. Um, my goal is to work as an editor, and I'm not even trying anymore for dog walking. Like, it's ugh. Anyways, um, what was I going with that? Oh, right. So what I'm trying to say is, I was complaining about the pay because I only make $9 a dog, and I'm like, I never get tips. I never get any of that kind of like stuff, and my job relies on tips, and that's why it's like you have to work so much to make anything. Now, I only make $9 because of the distance, um, and because Jersey City, I have Jersey City and Hoboken and everywhere else, so I go everywhere, and I live far from, like, I live like a mile away, and I'm on my scooter. So, mm, so I was complaining about that, and I was like, I want to quit my job, but I need to make money, so I can't quit my job. So I'm just doing that while I go to school, and hopefully I can work hard on school to get out of working at the job I work at. And so I've been complaining about that for like 2 weeks, and then I had a sleepover, and I got a tip, and I was like, oh my god, I got a tip. And this other lady, she is another client of mine, and I had her the same day as this other one that I got the tip from. And I come to find out that those two clients know each other, and one of them gave me a $40 tip. So I already got a $20 tip, and then I get a $40 tip. So I already made $60 in tips. Never happened before, unless it was Christmas, and that was once. But the fact that I got tipped was insane. But that's not even like the crazy part. Um, one of the dogs was like very difficult. So what I did was I was patient with them, but I also called the owners because I was like, hey, I don't know what to do. Like, is there like a way to like get this dog to walk? Because this dog didn't like me. And after that, we just started texting. I'll tell her like, oh yeah, the walk was great and this and that, and we would just start just talking. I didn't realize how much of a connection we started having. Um, where I'll be scootering, and I'll see the dogs with the client's dad, because I knew that they were coming, because I had to leave the door open for them. And now, after she's like, you saw my dad? I was like, yeah. LOL. She still had my number. She was still writing to me. And she told me if I wanted, she was going to make me a key so I can go. Which I was like, what? And she was like, you don't have to tell your boss. It could just be once in a blue. I was like, oh, okay. Because, and then I find out how much my job actually charges. My job charges $35 per walk, per visit. And I'm like, so you're telling me that my boss charges $35 and I only get 9. I understand if it was like 50-50 and I only get 50 because, I actually did the work, and they get 50 because they gave me the work. But no, I only make $9 an hour. Not even. I make $9 just a visit. And if I don't have a lot of walks, then I don't make a lot of money. So, fuck you. You know the company you are. I loved them, but yeah. But I always said that I wanted to work for myself. I always wanted to have my own clients. And then, after finding out that I got already a client, I see this lady who kind of got me into dog walking in the first place. She was my principal's friend. That she is a dog walker, but she's a very successful dog walker. And I went with her once, and we talked, and she kind of showed me how it is to be like an independent dog walker, and I wanted to do that first. But I was like 17 at the time, so I couldn't like do it. And when I saw her, like, because she was, we've been crossing paths for a while, but I haven't had like the courage to talk to her because I'm really awkward and shy. But I was like, hey, guess what? I finally got a client. And she told me, she was like, really? And then she was telling me how she has clients. Like, she has clients that need walkers. And to text her. I text her. She hasn't texted back. I might call her because I'm sure she's not that much of a texter. But if I can get more clients, then that manifestation is like a lot bigger. Like, I've been manifesting things so much. I said I wanted to go to school and I wanted to become an editor, and I wanted to do things, and I'm doing them. I wanted to make this podcast for a very long time. I started dabbing into it with my Let's Chat Talk stuff. I wanted to make this web show, and it's actually coming better than how I imagined it. It's looking so much better. And I'm bringing so much to the table. I'm like truly, genuinely saying things for them to happen. So I'm hoping I could keep manifesting things because it's insane. And it's so weird because I've been getting into the more spiritual, like, very things. My cousin's like really into it. She actually gave me an amethyst, which is funny because I love amethyst because, one, I love purple. Also, from Steven Universe, amethyst is like the greatest. I fucking love her. So, like, for everyone who can see it at home, they can see the amethyst crystal. I just want good energy with me. Ever since I said that I wanted to cleanse all, like, hatred and just anything negative, I want to, like, disappear. I didn't want to burn any bridges. The bridge is a little shaky, but it's still around. I didn't burn, like, me mentally and just everything. At this point, I haven't burned any bridges. It's up to the person if they want to walk through the bridge. But I don't care anymore. As I said 1,000 times now, I don't care. Didn't burn those bridges. Yeah. But I've also started, for a while, I've been teaching myself about what chakras are, meditating. I've been trying to get into meditation. I'm still learning how to meditate because I cannot breathe. Because, as you guys didn't know, I got asthma. so I can't breathe. But I'm learning how to meditate. I'm learning kind of more about the spiritual things, spirituality and itself. It's a very like mindset to be in. I feel so much like liberated, even though I'm extremely stressed and I get extremely depressed and very lonely. um I always ground myself in sense, and um I'm just trying to have peace. I smoke uh weed to help calm my anxiety, because I do have like pretty bad anxiety. So I do take a puff or two, like, I gotta get, just to calm myself. I'm not trying to get high. I just calm myself. It's just to calm, really. So I don't go too hardcore on it. I don't even use it. Sometimes if I do have an anxiety attack, I don't use it because I don't want to like rely on it. But finding peace in myself, finding just things, working hard. I'm working hard to make money because I want to save money so I can work and not have to worry about bills. Speaking of that, I need to pay my freaking loan. It's like due what, in 2 days. I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna pay it today so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I feel like everyone should do that though. I feel like everyone should like kind of find that like not, it doesn't have to literally be spiritual, but find that like peace to like take a moment for yourself and to kind of just like readjust, because there's times where you're like so mangled in like this stressful mess and just have like all these like shit that you have to do because responsibilities. I think we gotta take time to take a step back and be like, okay, pretend like nothing exists, like nothing matters right now, like you have nothing to do, like you have to just throw yourself out of the stressful world that you're in, go to a calm environment for a second, just be at peace in that moment, then you can like slowly work back up to wherever you gotta do. That's how I'm like trying to see it. I know it's not like that for everyone, but I'm just saying, it's something to think about. And yeah, I hope you guys liked this episode. I'm gonna try to do like more story like type of episodes where I just go into like little stories. But another thing before I go, I've been watching a lot of true crime podcasts. Yeah, I've been getting into like listening to other podcasts, and that's kind of where the inspiration came from a little bit. But yeah, all right, well, I gotta go. I'll see you guys in another episode, and Kazoon tight.